Well, afternoon year 10. Today's lesson is on controversia. Okay, so we are still in book 1 obviously, but we are now well into starting our translations for stage 10. So what I would like you to do, please, is answer as much of the starter as you can. So once I've gone through what I want you to do for the starter, I want you to make sure that you pause the video and write down your answers. And then once you unpause the video, we will be going through the answers that you should have got. Okay, so your first task is, which pronouns did we learn yesterday and how do they translate? Debatis agere, the second part of the starter. What is the difference in English between a comparative and a superlative adjective? Now, if you don't remember, or if you didn't manage to get it down, or if you're not sure how to explain it, don't worry, because like I say, we will go through it. And then finally, what I want you to do is literally time yourself. I only want you to spend 5 minutes doing some vocab revision ready for the stages 1 to 12 quiz tomorrow. Okay, so please pause the video now, get down your answers and do your vocab revision, please. Okay, so for your first part of your starter, the pronouns that we already knew before the lesson yesterday were ego, which means I, tu, which means you singular. The ones that we learnt yesterday were nos, which is we, and vos, which is you plural. Okay, so those are the things that we did yesterday. What we also did yesterday was we had a bit of revision about what superlative adjectives are. So superlative adjectives are most, very, or est words. So they're very brave, the most beautiful, or the fastest are all examples of superlative adjectives. In Latin, superlative adjectives have stems that look like issi, eri, or illi. Okay, so for example, stultissimus is a good example of a Latin superlative that would mean very stupid. Much like me before I've had my coffee in the morning. Comparative adjectives, though, are more or words. So for example, braver or more fierce. In Latin, it's worth bearing in mind that they have ior or ius stems and endings. Okay, so fairly simple because we did cover that yesterday, so I hope you managed to get that down. If you didn't manage to get that down, do make sure that you write it down, okay, because it is important that you start learning the sort of different parts of speech. Finally, just a reminder about your vocab test on Friday. It's going to be a little bit different to the normal format, obviously, because I don't want to spend all day individually marking 20 different vocabulary tests. It sounds like absolute hell to me. And also, I've got year 11 marking to be doing, so plenty to be getting on with. So what you're going to do is you're going to get a form on Microsoft Forms that you will tell me what your name is, and then you will fill your vocabulary test in. So it will be words that we've covered. So for example, you might have the word servus come up, and in the box you would just simply write slave. Okay? If there are multiple meanings for a word, you only need to put one of them in to get the mark, and you do need to try and make sure that it looks as much like the sort of how it looks in the vocabulary list as possible. Don't worry too much if there's some that you think you should have gotten right and you haven't gotten them right according to the auto marking. Because it's auto marks, I've got to give it suggestions as to what I think your correct answers are going to be. So I've tried to cover as many bases as possible, but I am not perfect. So because of that, what will probably end up happening is that I will go through and I'll have a little look and just make sure that you've got all the marks in all the right places. So, not really much in this lesson, to be honest, today. You will find all of these links for these tasks in the PDF that I'm also going to upload to show my homework. Please don't try to click the links on the YouTube videos. I had a year 7 try to do that earlier, and I honestly palm-faced, head-desked so hard that I think I gave myself a concussion. So please don't try and click the link on the YouTube video. All it will do is pause the video. So what I want you to do is just try to get as much translated of controversia as you possibly can. Okay, so there is a interactive text explorer, okay, that you can click on. There is the dictionary that you can use, or there's the controversia translation in the online textbook. Okay, now you should be able to see that it is on page 134. So I know that some of you have got textbooks at home. If you haven't got a textbook at home, I'm afraid that you're going to have to sort of rely on everything else as much as you can. So this is what the online textbook looks like. I will also upload, just in case any of these links don't work, I have got a document as well that will give you links to all of these different things. All right, so do feel free to use the I think it's called something like Help with Online Learning PDF, something like that. Okay, so if you don't have enough time left to finish the translation, I don't want you to worry too much, because I'm going to give you a bit of time to try and get it finished next lesson, because I am aware it's not a particularly small translation. It is quite long, and I don't expect you to do more than 30 lines in this short amount of time. Okay, so once you have done that, your final task of the day, and this should just be in the last 2 minutes of the hour-long lesson, I just want you to comment on Show My Homework, telling me something that you are struggling with, just so that I can make a task to help you. So if you're struggling with the dative case, put down that you're struggling with the dative case. If you're still struggling with tenses, put it down. You know, I'll be able to make or give you an activity that should be able to help you with any of these things. All right, the only one that I can't really help with, the one that you need to just practice doing translations with, is the word order one. All right, but if there's loads and loads of people who are saying, oh, I really struggle with superlative adjectives, then of course I will put an activity together just saying, you know, just something for you to do that will help your learning with superlative adjectives. So keep working hard, guys. I know it is an absolute pain. Personally, I have spent today's lunchtime playing Crash Bandicoot 4. So I hope that you have had a slightly more productive lunchtime than I have. And yeah, do get in touch if you need anything at all. Okay, I am here to help you. You know my email address. It's g.allen@highstores.sheffield.sch.uk. Okay?